Yo. Welcome back to the Tim the Trucker channel. I am your host, Tim the Trucker. Now, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to be here with me, and I sincerely appreciate that. So, without further ado, let's get to today's topic. And today's topic is, how do you pick/evaluate a trucking company? Now, this video, I broke into two parts. The first part is evaluating yourself. The second part is going to be how to actually, my personal way I go about evaluating the company or selecting the company to work for, right? Now, I got four main points that I look at when I'm looking at a company, but I have probably a list of anywhere from 10 to 20 other factors that I look at when I'm looking at a company. All right, the first thing I look at when I'm looking at a company, I try to find out what division of the trucking industry are they in. I look at, are they in flatbed? Are they a dry van company? Do they do reefer? Is it heavy haul, car hauling? Cattle hauling? Tanker? Whatever division of the trucking industry. That's the first thing I look for. I try to find out that, right? After that, I look at, okay, what regions do they run? Are they running all 48 states, right? Are they over the road? Do they do local work? Do I get home every night? That's the second part that I look at when I'm evaluating. Well, I mean, that's in the first point, but that's all in one. You want to look at what division, how do they work, what loads do they have, how do they run, what lanes they run. So that's the first thing I look at, most importantly, because if what they do don't match what my skill set is or what my interest is, then there's no point in me even going there, period, right? Number two, second thing I look at is I guess that was broken into. Second thing I look at is the headquarters, right? The headquarters and the terminals. So for me, I like to work for a company that has a terminal or headquartered at least in my region. You know, if I'm out of Chicago, right, I want to find someone that's at least somewhere in the Midwest, maybe in Iowa, Indiana. There's a lot of companies in Indiana. What you got up there? Michigan. Anything that's in the Midwest region. If I'm a driver from the Midwest, I want to find something that's headquartered in the Midwest, or at least has a couple terminals, or one or two that's terminals that are close to me, that's either in my state or in my city, right? That's important because typically, but not limited to, don't hold me to it now, but typically if a company has terminals in a certain location, they probably run pretty decent amount of freight in that area, right? That makes sense. And for those that don't know what a terminal is pretty much how do I describe a terminal? It's like a company has a facility or a branch in a specific location, and in these locations you can do your orientation, you can do they have like not auto shops, like, I won't say body well, I guess it is body shops, but if your truck need to get fixed, you have repair shops there. They may have trailers and trucks that you can get assigned to. So it's just an extension of the headquarters where you can get things done. So it's important to find headquarters, where the headquarters and the terminals are located. If you can't get a headquarter in your region, you at least want a terminal in your state or a state that's adjacent to the state that you're living in, right? That's what I look at, right? Next, I like to find. Oh, damn! I don't know how. I probably should list this first, but since it shouldn't be first. I take that back. The divisions are first. This could be second or third, but this is in no specific order. But just saying, cents per mile, or if you at a company that does percentage per mile or percentage per load. I don't have any experience with that, so I'm not going to speak to percentage of the load that you get paid. But that's something that you need to look at when you evaluate a company. But cent per mile is abbreviated CPM, right? You gotta know how much you're getting paid, and this is how you know. Whatever the cents per mile pretty much is going to tell you what your paycheck is going to be. And also, along with this, if you're talking to a recruiter or, you're asking other drivers, which I recommend, like if you evaluating companies, the best resource that you can find is probably going to be drivers that actually work for the company presently, or they have worked for the company previously, like previously, like within the last 18 months, right? So cent per mile is important because it pretty much dictates what your paycheck gonna be at the end of the month. And with that, what you also need to know is, are they just gonna be loaded miles or are they gonna be empty miles also? It may matter and may not matter, for some people it doesn't matter at all, but it could matter when you it matters in terms of when you're trying to calculate what you may make or may not make. You may have some decisions or some bills that got to get paid. By the time your paycheck come in, and you're spending your money before you get it, so you're trying to figure it out. So that may be important. That may be a secondary question that's important when you're looking at your cent per mile or your the percentage per load, right? But definitely you got to know how much you get paid per load, and pretty much with cent per load. Let's say you're doing 50 cent, you get paid 50 cent per mile that you drive. If you drive 1,000 miles in a week, you gonna get paid $500 for that 1,000 miles. That's pretty much what cent per mile mean. But that's very important because we all out here to get this money, and you got to know how much money you're making. Next is, well, I guess I spoke on that a little bit. I got listed driver reviews and experiences. I believe it's very important to, if you see a driver on the road at a truck stop or rest area or wherever you may be, and you have the opportunity to talk to them about the company, I think that's your best resource to go to with whatever questions you got. After that, if you don't have access to drivers, I say go online and look at different sites and forums that drivers frequent, and they talk about their experiences and they review the companies. Look at the job sourcing sites like Indeed and what's the other one? Indeed, Glassdoor, all those companies that's like that. Look at them. They usually have reviews. I know lately they've been tripping with reviews where they don't let you. They only let you look at one or two, and then they want you to like sign up or pay or some crap. But those are good resources to kind of find out what drivers think and feel about the companies. Now, disclaimer with that, everybody's different, so your experiences, your personal experience and your personal personality may vary depending on how you interact with people, versus this other person. Like, so this other person that you're getting advice for could be a straight up jackass, for lack of better words, right? And they had a bad experience, but it could have been on them and it was the company, but now they bad mouthed the company. But it could go both ways. Sometimes it's the company, but usually if you're a decent driver, you're a decent person, you kind of work with whatever situation you need to. So, but I digress and move on, right? Those are the main things to look at, man. Look at the terminals and headquarters. Look at your cent per mile. Look at what division of the trucking industry you're in. Look at the accounts that specific company has. Like, ask that company what accounts they have. You need to know if you're going to be regional, local, over the road, and definitely talk to drivers that work for the company previously or have worked in the company within the past year and a half, right? Next on my list, no specific order, it's just some things that I like to research or ask a recruiter or ask drivers, right? I ask about hands-free devices. Like, can you have the cell phone mounts so you can use your phone while you're driving? That's so important, especially for an over-the-road driver, because you need some type of stimulation to kind of aid. We're gonna say that helps to aid you along your journey, right? Because you're driving for 10 hours, 11 hours. I won't say straight, but you driving 10, 11 hours a day. So with the radio can only do so much for you. So you need to have that hands-free device to kind of break up the monotony and just the road, right? You lose your mind. I can understand not having that for local drivers, where they, the company may be like, hey man, listen, you going home at the end of the day. Local drivers, you usually gonna get out the truck more often doing deliveries and stuff, right? So I can understand that not being that big of a deal, but definitely if you are a over the road or regional driver and you're gonna be on the road for hours and hours at a time, you need to ask about, do they allow you to have hand-free devices and cell phone mounts and things like that? So important. Next I got written down is inverters. Ask the company if they won't allow, if they don't have inverters installed in their trucks, ask them if they will allow you, or the company will, like the guys in the shop will install it for you, right? Because those inverters, they allow you to power TVs, refrigerators, microwaves, all those creature comforts and home comforts that you can get out here on this road. And if you don't know what the inverter is, it's kind of like a external power unit / generator. I don't know how to really describe it to you, but look it up. It's called an inverter. Ask the company if you can have it, because it makes being out here on this road way more bearable and not as rough. Next, ask about detention pay. And what detention pay is let's say you get to a receiver. Usually most shippers don't pay the detention pay, but when it comes to the detention pay, ask the company if they have detention pay and how much it is. Most companies do have detention pay. I believe the company I'm at currently do $16 per hour after 2 hours. I mean, some companies don't start detention pay until I think 16 hours or 10 hours of sitting around. But they give you $150 or $50 or $60. So it varies company to company. But ask about the detention pay, because what the detention pay is let's say you as a driver, you're doing everything in your power to do what you need to do your job and get from point A to point B when you need to be there. You got a receiving appointment to get loaded, and you're there, but they got you sitting around. Maybe something happened at a warehouse, or maybe they just slow, or whatever's going on, and you end up having to sit around for hours at a time. And we all know in this trucking industry, if the wheel's not turning, you're not earning. But I guess this is a way so you can be earning while the wheel's not turning. But with this detention pay, they try to alleviate some of that missed opportunity because you're sitting around, But ask about detention pay. Next, I got ask if the company is pet friendly. For those animal lovers out there, me personally, I don't want no dog in the truck with me, or cat, or goldfish, or whatever the hell y'all like, But if you are an animal person, nothing against y'all, but if you are an animal person, man, find out about the pet policy. Usually they have some type of fee you gotta pay, but you can get your pet up there. Sometimes it's breed specific, but usually when they say breed specific, they talk about pit bulls, maybe German shepherds. They usually talk about the bully breeds though, so bulldog, some type of bulldog. That when it's breed specific, but or weight specific, right? But ask about the pet policy if you're a pet person. Ask about the rider policy. Me, I like to have my space so I can think clearly, especially out here doing this flatbed, you sweating like a dog, getting in the truck. I don't want you in my space. I need to be able to decompress and get back to the thing, right? Get back to my money and focus and get on the road. But for y'all that you gotta have your significant other or not significant other, or whatever, just a other, right? If you just got an other or a significant other and you want them on the truck with you, you need to know about the rider policy. Most companies make you pay either per day, some do it by week, some pay a fee and they get on there. Some companies don't even give a damn, like, oh, just let us know that they own the truck with you, right? That's reasonable, you know what I'm saying? But find out about that if you're interested in having somebody on the road with you. Usually there's a age limit also, like you can't have anybody under the age of 10 or 13, but which is also is reasonable, right? I got written down benefits package and bonuses. Pretty much most companies have similar benefit packages, usually pretty good. 401k, dental vision, health. Ask about what kind of bonuses they have, if they have gas bonuses or safety bonuses, things like that. Ask about the bonuses that these companies may have, or research if you're researching. Find out what kind of bonuses they have. If you are a new driver and you have to go through training, I say ask about the training duration. Like, how long is training gonna be? Hey, man, listen, y'all. If they gonna have you on that truck 2-3 months, you need to know that thing, because maybe you got family or not other or significant other you want to be able to see often. You need to ask how long are you gonna be on that trainer's truck. So I say that's important. The duration of training, and if you'll be able to have home time while you're training. I know at the company I'm at right now, they allow you to go home during training. I think training is like 3 weeks. I'm not, I didn't have to go through training with this company, so I can't speak to this company specifically, but ask about hometown, ask about the duration of training and anything related to it. That's important. Try to get as much information about what you're about to be into as possible. Ask about the duration of orientation. That's something that, if I'm a new driver, I'm gonna look at that. Ask about the duration of orientation and kind of how the process go. Research that, along with that, ask about the facilities that they have in orientation, the hotels, if they gonna feed you or not. What else in orientation? Definitely for y'all that out there and you got the dirty piss, you need to ask about what kind of piss test they do, or what kind of drug test they do, whether they do the hair, they do the mouth swabs, if they do the urine, because all of that matters. Definitely, you got 2 or 3 weeks clean. You can pass a urine test like that. With the hair follicles, it's gonna last you about 90 days. So you need to be clean for at least 3 months minimal. Mouth swabs, I'm not sure how long, but you know, that's a question to ask. Let's see, next. That's not worth asking. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Driver facing cameras. Ask these jackasses at whatever company that you're considering going to if they have driver facing cameras, right? Not an issue for everyone, but if you're someone that your privacy matters a lot to you, man, and you don't want these cameras facing you, you may not want to go to a company that has driver facing cameras. Now, pretty much every company has the outward road facing cameras, and that's understandable. You know, they got to protect themselves, they got to protect their assets and the entity as a whole, right? So that's cool, but ask them about driver facing cameras, because what this does, in addition to recording what's going on the road, those cameras that's facing you, let's say you hit the line or there is an actual accident or whatever's going on that triggers the camera at the facility, the guys is watching the computer and looking at what drivers are doing, right? Whatever triggers that, it's also going, if it's a driver facing camera, it's going to look at you and it's going to see what you're doing. So if you're doing something that you don't need to be doing or whatever, that may be a concern to you, right? You know, that's something to look in. We ain't got to go no further than that. Ask about driver facing cameras. And the last on my list, which is, you know, not of greater importance, right? But it may be important to you, especially if you are a driver with experience. Ask what kind of trucks do they have? Like, what type of trucks do they drive? Like, do they have Volvos? Do they have Kenworths, Peterbilts? What's my other guy? Freightliners, Max, whatever brand of truck they got in specifically. You know, if you want to get the detail, like what kind of the trims. I don't think trucks go into trims. I don't know, that might just be cars. But anyway, ask what kind of truck you're driving. You know, if you don't like internationals, you need to know if all this company got is internationals, that's probably not the company you want to be with. You know what I'm saying? So, not of great importance to everyone. I keep dropping this damn pen. Not importance to everyone, but may be important to you. So, ask what kind of trucks they got. That's all I have on my list. Listen, don't forget to watch part 1 of this video, which is about evaluating yourself first before you evaluate the company. And thank you for watching. If you like if you like the conversation we had today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like it, or you like it, or you got something you want to add to it, or you oppose something, man, drop a comment in that thing, man. I'll respond by it. That's it, y'all. Until next time.